Alright guys, first and foremost, thanks for coming back to my channel to see another video. Sorry for my hair, it's out of the shower. It's a little wet, so I just wanted to put it up so I can start getting ready. Sorry, I'm gonna start by carving out my eyebrows. If I keep clicking down, it's because my mirror's down there. I don't really underline my brows that often unless I really want them to look super carved out. So how's everyone been? I've literally just been chilling this week. Every year on the 4th of July, I just always get super worried about my dog. Like I said in a previous video, he does live with my parents. But I worry about him on 4th of July because he's just so scared of the fireworks. Let me know down below if you guys have a dog and if they're scared of anything. So whatever was left over on the brush from when I underlined the brows, I just kind of dab it all over the lid, and I use that for my eyeshadow primer. If you guys have been watching my videos, any of my videos, you know that I'm literally obsessed with this Milani face oil. It's the Camellia one.
I look funny because my face is red and my eyes, you know, have some concealer on them.
Then I like to move on to the next step in my process, in my base. It is from Primera, but I have been using this for the past couple weeks. This is what it looks like. So it is a thick formula. It literally dissolves into nothing, but it feels super hydrated at the same time.
Bring it back now. Hold up. If you turn around, you gon' face the lead. Shooting from above, go to sleep, you dead.
I'm just going to continue on with my makeup because I have to keep getting ready for today. Wow, dramatic. I'm now going to use this A Cosmetics anti-aging matte bronzer. I really love this bronzer. It's a really great color. See, almost knocked everything down. I just tapped in once and I'm using whatever product came off. I'd say it's a pretty pigmented bronzer. So you don't have to use a lot of product when you go in. Make sure that you're blending everything out. You just want it to look like you're, you know, sun-kissed. Low-key scared of the sun. But yeah, my foundation's a little light, so I just want to make sure that my face is going to match up with my body. Because I actually did get tan. Thank God. I'm usually so pale. And I'm also going to just take that onto my nose. And you can actually go straight over. I'm just gonna add a little bit under my chin. And along my jaw. Add some to the forehead. I feel like the forehead is what matters because that's where you're gonna get the most sun. That and your nose. I want to go in with some more contour powder, and this time I'm really just going to focus it on the high points of that like contour. That's what it's looking like. Can you guys hear my neighbors upstairs? They're just always stomping. I think it's really annoying, and I wonder if you guys can hear it on, you know, camera. Yeah, I don't really know what brand this brush is anymore. I want to say it's Sigma. I'm not too sure though. But you guys already know this is my go-to brush for my nose contour. I just love how easy it makes contouring my nose. So I'm just gonna go down the sides. I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the other side. Take your time with it. As long as you take your time and blend, there's really no way that you can mess this up. I feel like there's someone fighting out in there, outside. And then you can always take a large powder brush and then just tap it over everything that you've done, and that'll diffuse it and blend it a little bit more for you. So now I'm feeling like my brows are getting a little lost in the mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and start filling them in. So I'm gonna just brush through them really quick. And since I carved them out earlier, this step is a lot easier. And I'm just continuing that on this side of the brow. I like this because I know it's not going to move. It's a pretty waxy product. So as you can see, this is what the brow looks like naturally. And this is what the brow looks like, just filled in and defined a little bit more. I'm going to go on to the next brow pencil. And this one is from Benefit. And I'm just going to fill in the brow with this one, because I love it. You don't really need much. I just like lightly run through my brow. Towards the front of the brow, I really lightly just flick upward. I know with this next step, it kind of gets to be a little bit too extra, but this is just how I like to do my brows. I feel like it gives them a nice dramatic look that I go for. So I'm going to take some Anastasia Dip Brow, and this one is in dark brown. So I'm going to dip into that pomade just a little bit, and I'm going to go over the outline of the brow just one more time. And I mean, you could do without this step if you want. I really just love doing this because I know that my brows aren't going to go anywhere and they're going to look really defined and clean. My next step is going to be some eyeshadow. And honestly, I did a little look in my last video for my BoxyCharm, and I'm going to go in with that same palette. It's the Tarte EU Naturally palette. I really loved working with these eyeshadows, so why not do another look? I'm going to go in with Explore, which is this little caramel color. And what I'm going to do is just put that into the crease, and I'm just, moving this brush back and forth right at the outer corner, just to get that flicked out effect, and it just adds a little bit of drama to the eye. I'm gonna dip it into, I think it's called Glacier, and it's this pink shade. It's gonna be really subtle, and like I said, I'm just building that color up until gives the effect that I want it to. And I'm going to dip into this dark color. It's called Daybreak. It's the darkest shade in the palette. And then with Daybreak, I'm just going to focus that on the outer V. It's dark brown is super easy to blend out. So this, and you can kind of bring it into the inner crease too. That caramel shade again, and I'm going to use it to just diffuse everything and blend. I'm also going to go into that pink shade one more time and just place that in the center and work it towards the inner corner. I'm going to take a flat packing brush like this. This is called Crystallized, and now I'm just going to pack this onto the center of the lid. And that's what the look is building up to. I'm just gonna work on the other eye and then I'll zoom in to show you guys the finished look. One more thing that I do want to add to the look is some eyeliner. This LA Girl gel liner. And that's just going to amp it up a lot more. I'm going to go in with this Lorac blush. It looks like this, and it is in the shade Prism. It's a buildable blush from Lorac, and it just adds a nice little, kind of like in between coral and rose. But I feel like this always looks good with any look. I'm really into blush, you guys, so I kind of just pack it on, and then I'll go over it with a big fluffy brush. You can also bring this over the nose and onto the forehead just to diffuse a little bit. So my last step before I get to my lips is going to be the highlight. For my highlight, I've literally been obsessed with this Lorac highlight, and it's in the shade Twilight. I didn't mean to lie, but it looks like this. It's more of the wet look rather than the glittery look. And again, you can tap it out if you'd like. I'm gonna hit my forehead a little bit. I'm gonna hit my lips with the tiniest bit of this Kylie Candy K lip liner. When I say the tiniest bit, I literally mean I'm not gonna go fully in. I'm just mainly focusing on the bigger part of my lip, and I'm gonna go and overline my cupid's bow because I just want it to look a little bit more rounded and pouty at the top. So that is all. You can tell that I didn't go all the way down, and I know it looks really silly right now, but what I'm going to do is use this Blossom lip gloss. This is just a clear gloss. It smells like raspberries, so I dig it a lot. I love raspberries, you guys. Raspberries and chocolate is my favorite like combo. I really love a glossy lip, so I don't shy away when it comes to adding more. Like, especially throughout the day, I go ham. Like, I'll just keep adding it. This is a finished look. It is a really bronzy, simple look, but it's not basic. I hope you guys try it out and let me know if you do. I'm just gonna bring the camera in a little bit so you guys can see just a little bit closer. Huh? Oh! Sorry guys, when Big calls you answer. Completely sidetracked.